Hi, I'm Dr. Jonathan Lemler. I'm a doctor of chiropractic. I've been in practice for over 30 years here in the Oxnard, California area. I consider myself a holistic practitioner, which means I involve many different approaches in my practice: nutritional, energetic, structural, many different things. And one of the main things I've always addressed in my practice is the concept of the body being too acidic, which is a problem for any type of illness or disorder that somebody may have, because acidity in the body allows three things to occur: infection, inflammation, and abnormal cell growth and development. And those three things are invariably involved with everybody's problem. If you happen to have joint pains, you've got inflammation. If you happen to have, of course, a cold or flu or a skin disorder, a lot of times that's, of course, an infection process. If you happen to have a tumor or an abnormal growth, well, there you go. You got cellular division being affected. And none of these things can occur in a healthy alkaline environment. So what I have found is using a product called Balance 7 has allowed me to help balance the pH, which is the level of acidity and alkalinity in a body. It's allowed me to balance the pH in my patients' bodies so that it goes within the more normal range, so that these other elements, the infections, the inflammations, the abnormal cell growths, are impacted in a way that obviously makes it less likely for those things to occur. We're not saying it's the cure-all, it's going to cure everything. It doesn't do any of that. It just sets up an environment so that certain elements cannot occur. If you take an organism, a bacteria that can normally live quite well in a nice 6.2 acid environment, and you put it in a normal 7.2 pH environment, it will die. It will no longer live there. You didn't have to give it anything to kill it. You just change the environment and it goes. It's like putting on classical music in the malls, is what they started to do to keep some people out. So that were this element that they didn't want to have in the malls, who would listen to a different kind of music. So that's the idea, is changing the environment of the body so that it can be less attractive to these negative things, and so the body can restore its own function with a normal pH. And that's why I use the Balance 7 with my patients. Now, in specific, I've had a number of results relative to to different types of conditions. Now, you understand, our goal is to help people balance their bodies in general. We're not trying to necessarily treat a specific condition. But once we reestablish a more normal function in the body, then the body can heal itself and take care of many different types of situations. And there's many other things we use it for. At the same time, it's part of our protocol, but I would say treating or dealing with the acidity of the body is one of just 3 or 4 of the major factors involved in being healthy. And this one needs to be addressed in every case that we run into. For example,